But first, a pen and a phone. That's the focus of tonight's angle. All right, they say that when you're in quicksand, the worst thing you can do is flail about.
Honey, put him in, honey! Honey, put him in, honey!
That's terrifying. And this same ugly fate is befalling today's Democrat Party.
We have to be able to have the stomach to stand up to this would-be dictator that is running roughshod all over our government right now through Elon Musk.
Y'all know he likes to pal around with Putin, right? He's trying to turn us into Russia. But I got news for him. We, the people, will not go.
All right, instead of calmly examining their own political troubles, then making the necessary tweaks or adjustments, Democrats are just dispatching their most radical players to make the same failed points that didn't work in 2024. But now, instead of just Trump being an evil despot, well, Elon Musk is one too.
Every time you hear DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, you just remember it is the Department of Government Evil. This will be a congressional fight, a constitutional fight, a legal fight, and on days like this, a street fight. We've got to meet the wickedness where it is. Leave federal employees alone.
Oh, threatening fights in the street, are they? Okay. Well, only in the insane liberal clown posse world would volunteering to save taxpayers billions of dollars, which is what Musk is doing, could in any way be considered wicked. But Democrats feel that they found their footing, with Vox proclaiming that their anti-Trump resistance may finally be waking up, focused on Musk's methodical and swift disemboweling of federal bureaucracy. Leah Greenberg, a top progressive organizer, has said, if you don't create friction, then the American people don't understand exactly how bad and how dangerous this is. Ooh. Now, you can expect weeks of AstroTurf activists showing up to protect the corruptocrats who are burrowed into every agency of our government.
Your fight, my fight, our fight, and we will win this fight. Are you ready to say no to Elon Musk?
Are we going to fight? Are we going to win? Is this our country?
Shrieking for big government. Well, today it was the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which gets its funding via the Federal Reserve. Now, to give you a sense of how partisan that place has become, in December, its chief rushed to file several lawsuits against the payment platform Zelle, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo, alleging this amorphous failure to protect consumers is ridiculous. And it amounts to another shakedown of business by anti-capitalist crusaders. That's all it is. Now, think of it this way. The same Democrats who caused inflation to skyrocket and who hid Biden's decline, they now want you to think that they care about protecting your bottom line. And as for their sudden concern with the use of executive orders to get things done, they're all worried about that. Now, I don't recall they had any problem when their hero, Barack Obama, flexed his Article 2 powers.
We are not just going to be waiting for legislation in order to make sure that we're providing Americans the kind of help that they need. I've got a pen and I've got a phone, and I can use that pen to sign executive orders and take executive actions and administrative actions that move the ball forward.
I got a pen, I got a phone. Well, the press and Democrats loved it, right? Because that was quintessential Obama cool under pressure. And of course, Democrats cheered when Joe Biden used executive orders to wipe away billions in student loan debt. Courts ultimately stepped in to hobble the Biden moves. But Warren and Schumer, remember, they didn't care at all. Back then, they were not only not complaining about the executive orders, they pushed Biden to issue them. And she even put out a press release about it. So Trump right now is just following precedent. He's doing exactly what the Democrats supported for years.
We're actually getting rid of a few programs that are just a waste, just really a waste.
Now, liberals are up in arms when Trump uses his own executive authority after campaigning and winning on a platform to cut government waste. It's hypocrisy, and it's a hyperbole alert.
What we are witnessing is a constitutional crisis.
This is the most serious constitutional crisis the country has faced, certainly since Watergate. The president is attempting to seize control of power and for corrupt purposes. This is a red alert moment when this entire country has to understand that our democracy is at risk.
Now, imagine having that guy, Chris Murphy, as your senator. It's my home state my old home state of Connecticut. It breaks my heart. So your state is sinking. It's bleeding manufacturing jobs due to high taxes in Connecticut and a terrible anti-business climate. And Murphy's answer to all of that is Trump's a threat to democracy. Yeah, it's just a propaganda loop. And we've heard it for years. Washington Post columnist E.J. Dionne is laying it on thick, describing Trump with the A word, authoritarian. Do they have amnesia? Do they not recall what happened last time they went down this road?
Trump won't hold autocrats accountable because he wants to be an autocrat himself.
Not only did he win the election.
Our CBS poll finds that a majority of Americans, 53%, approve of the job he's doing. That's a better approval number than he ever reached during his first term in the White House.
But, of course, he's more popular than ever. And instead of demanding answers from the irresponsible bureaucrats, what the Democrats do and their media friends is they hassle those who are bringing the waste to light.
Now that we start to find out some of the programs that AID has been funding, if you think about it, sex change operations in Guatemala, LGBTQ programs in Serbia,
the U.S.
this is
government
ridiculous.
does not
This
fund
is so beyond
sex
the pale.
change operations or fund Hamas. You know that, though. But you sit on...
That is not true, Margaret. I couldn't get the Secretary of State. I asked him 3 times to tell me that we were not funding Hamas through AID. He couldn't do it.
Are these anchors supposed to care about facts at all? Haggerty schooled CBS. Yeah, that's the headline there. Why weren't there investigative teams at CBS, at NBC, ABC, all the networks? Why weren't they uncovering the waste that Musk has found? Aren't there things called FOIA requests? Don't they care? And don't Democrats also want to be known as good stewards of the taxpayer money? Or do they think they can grow their base, improve their appeal to young and minority voters by being the protectors of the bureaucracy, of DEI, of climate change giveaways? That's going to grow your party? Look, no one seriously thinks Trump and Musk are trying to tear down democracy. No one. But most Americans sure want them to tear down the bureaucracy. And the more evidence of waste that Musk and his team uncovered, the more powerful the argument for a major downsizing of federal spending. And this is what Democrats and their media poodles truly fear. They fear an informed electorate, the curtain pulled back, and the corruption exposed. And that's the angle.